It was on July 4th, 100 years ago, that France gifted the United States the Statue of Liberty for their 100th anniversary. Now, all of these years later, 150 years later, on the 4th of July, France has come back to the United States on this 250th birthday celebration for the country to play in a World Cup knockout round game. And from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the site of the signing of the Declaration of Independence 250 years ago, it is an amazing atmosphere inside Lincoln Financial Field for this round of 16 knockout game between France and Paraguay. What an atmosphere it is. What a build-up it has been to this game in particular from Philadelphia on this day of great celebration of the stars and stripes and the red, white, and blue. Well, there's plenty of red, white, and blue in the seats here in Philadelphia because you have the red, white, and blue of France, red, white, and blue of Paraguay set to meet up for a trip to the quarterfinals of this World Cup. And indeed, it is extremely hot. That has been one of the major storylines in the week build up to this game. The temperature ambient is in the upper 90s, 98 degrees Fahrenheit, much hotter than that, of course, on the field, a field that right now is covered 75 or 80% by the sun. The starting lineups tonight for France and Didier Deschamps, the team that has made the last two World Cup finals, once again has Mike Maignan in goal. This is a team that has not been tested hardly at all so far in this World Cup. 4 wins from 4 games. Saliba, Upamecano, Koundé, and Digne in the back. In the middle, Kone, Rabiot, Olise from Bayern Munich. And then you have the ones that's scoring all the goals for France up front. Ousmane Dembele has 4, including a hat-trick against Norway. Bradley Barcola has 2 goals in this tournament, and Kylian Mbappe has 6, including 2 in their round of 32 victory against Sweden. 18 career World Cup goals for Mbappe, is second most all-time behind only Lionel Messi. Paraguay, the team that upset Germany in a penalty shootout in the round of 32, once again has 26-year-old goalkeeper Orlando Hill between the posts. He saved 2 penalties in the shootout against Germany. Juan Jose Caceres mans the back at the fullback position along with Omar Alderete. The center backs are Velázquez and the captain Gustavo Gomez. Middle of the field is very speedy, very athletic, and then up front 2 very dangerous strikers in Miguel Almiron of Atlanta United in Major League Soccer and Julio Enciso, who plays professionally in France at Strasbourg, formerly of Brighton and Hove Albion. The winner of this game moves on into the quarterfinals of this World Cup that has been so spectacular ever since the first kickoff of the first game, and now we get set for a game that so many have been anticipating, maybe not so much because of the matchup of France and Paraguay, but because of it being the 4th of July, America's 250th anniversary celebration all happening here in Philadelphia. Hello, one and all. I'm Matthew Owens. Welcome to Philadelphia. Thanks for having us in, and happy America 250 to each and every one of you as we are ready. It has been a terrific, terrific atmosphere, and the build-up to this game has really delivered in every way that it possibly could. Now it's time for the game itself, where, yes, France are the heavy, heavy favorites. Paraguay are the decided underdogs. But they were the decided underdogs as well, Paraguay was, in their round of 32 game against Germany, where they held them to a 1-1 draw through 90 and then 120 minutes, and then was able to win in the penalty shootout. It's a 5-4-1 for Paraguay and their coach Gustavo Alfaro. Will they be able to slow down this French team that, as I mentioned, has not been challenged in this World Cup? Beating Senegal 3-1, that was probably their sloppiest of their 4 games. Since then, they've outscored their opponents 10-1 with a 3-0 win over Iraq right here in Philadelphia, a 4-1 victory in Foxborough over Norway, and then in the knockout stage, a 3-0 victory over Sweden. That was in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Paraguay lost their opener to the United States out west in Los Angeles 4-1, defeated Turkey a 1-0, but despite playing down a man for much of that game. Then a 0-0 draw against Australia got them to the knockout round of a World Cup for the first time since 2010. And then, of course, that penalty shootout upset of Germany in the round of 32. Ready for action. It is blindingly, smotheringly hot in Philadelphia. Will that affect the way this game is played? We will wait to find out as the afternoon and evening goes on. France in their deep blue, Paraguay in their white shirts with red stripes and dark blue numbers. Countdown in the stadium going on. And we have indeed been waiting for this game for so long. The 4th of July game on America's 250th birthday in Philadelphia. France, of course, has such a long, great relationship with the United States, and that goes all the way back to 1776. They feature here against the South Americans from Paraguay. France will kick us off. Happy America 250, everybody. We're underway in Philadelphia with a long kickoff from France up the near side in the Paraguay end of the field and out of play by the near corner flag to gain some field position early in Paraguay. Will have a throw, and their supporters rise up to their feet as the ball is thrown in up the near side in the direction of Diego Gomez. It's swept on by Dio Upamecano all the way back to the French goalkeeper, Mike Magnan, who has to play it from the left of his penalty area with his feet out towards William Saliba, the 25-year-old defender that plays at Arsenal. And France will begin their pilgrimage upfield for the first time on the attack. Again, blue shirts, white numbers, white nameplates, and blue shorts with blue socks. Charging up the far side, unstopped is Jules Koundé. Lays it off to Dembele, who cuts it across towards the penalty spot, looking for Kylian Mbappe. It's defended away by the South Americans, the Paraguay team that played so well in CONMEBOL qualifying. And France are back on the ball immediately. Played up the far right touchline for Dembele, 4 goals in this tournament, including 3 in a hat trick against Norway in the group finale. Bradley Barcola has 2 goals in this tournament. He has it on the left-hand side. Luca Digne plays it back to the left of the center circle. William Saliba lays it out to his right. Manu Kone on the right touchline. Dembele has it here. The Ballon d'Or winner. They work it to Mbappe at the top of the D, tries to lay it off to his right for Michael Olise of Bayern Munich fame. It bounces away from him to Jules Koundé on the far touchline, then back for Dembele, and a drop-off for Upamecano, and a reload for France as we work the second minute. William Saliba out to his right. Kone puts it back into the middle of the field. Ball is hoisted in towards Dembele. Defensive header away by Paraguay. Comes to the French end of the center circle. William Saliba will load it up around the left-hand side. Bradley Barcola had it taken off his boot. Paraguay clears down the near touchline. It's out for a French throw. The fans that are on the near side of the stadium in the lower bowl will be very happy that they are there to start. That's where it is shaded as Paraguay force a takeaway here, but they give it right back up to Upamecano on the far right channel. Julio Enciso tried to get the ball away from him, could not. He dropped it back to Olise. And here's Olise putting it back into the middle. And Rabiot will lay it out to the left-hand side. Luca Digne dropped it on again for Saliba. Now Mbappe all the way out to get a quick touch. Scrapes it out to his right for Upamecano. Now up the far touchline. Here's Olise. Closed in on by Junior Alonso of Paraguay. Olise on that far touchline will turn it back into the possession of Manu Kone. And now Olise has it again, right of the penalty area. Olise takes charge towards the end line, flips across towards the penalty spot in the direction of Rabiot. It's headed away from him. It lands just outside the penalty area, calmly letting the ball come to his right foot. Diego Gomez didn't clear it very well. Bradley Barcola plays it back to the left touchline where it's intercepted by Miguel Almiron. And Paraguay clear with a long lifted ball into the French half, and it in fact goes off the head of Saliba and out of play on the near side. It'll be a Paraguay throw in attacking territory. So Paraguay with possession. They did not have much possession against Germany in that round of 32 win. As the ball is thrown in by Juan Jose Cáceres. It's loose at the top right corner of the penalty area. Might drop towards a Paraguay shirt. It did from Matias Galarza, who rolled it into the penalty area to be taken easily by Mike Maignan. That win over Germany coming this past Monday for Paraguay in Foxborough, Massachusetts. A game, as I mentioned, they didn't have much possession, just 24% for the game. Manu Kone lays it out to his right, far channel for Jules Koundé. Now played back for Kone again, now to the top of the circle for Dayo Upamecano. Upamecano feeds it right, Koundé directs it for Dembele on the far touchline. Dembele tried to roll it through two defenders and find Olise. It took a deflection, taken by Koundé, squared on back for Upamecano. 5 minutes are complete here in this game against teams that are separated in the FIFA World Rankings by 38 positions. France at number 3 in the world, Paraguay at number 41. Barcola up the left touchline, cuts to the inside, gets around Almiron, who tracks him back down and stabs the ball away. And Barcola does a good job on the near touchline to stop his momentum and take the ball back for France. And from the left of the circle, it's William Saliba. Angles it to his right for Michael Olise. Olise charging up the far side away from Andres Cubas. Then for Dembele, scoops the ball into the penalty area from the right. Defensive header away by Cubas. Ball lands at the far flag in the corner, and it's hoisted out of danger by Paraguay. It'll bounce in the middle of the field. Upamecano nudges it back to his left. Saliba hooks it to the halfway line. Dembele gets to it. And now Mbappe comes forward, gets around Diego Gomez, lays it out to his left. Luca Digne playing forward, tried to slide it back to Mbappe, left to the D. It's defended away and scissor kicked out of bounds by Almiron. It's out for a corner that France will look to take quickly. Dembele will get to the ball in the near corner and put both of his arms in the air. He'll be the one to strike this in. He does towards the top of the 6-yard box. It takes a touch from a Paraguayan defender. It'll roll out on the far side with some help from Jules Koundé, and it'll be a French throw. Thrown in up the far side. Olise steers it back for Kone. Kone towards the edge of the D, directs it left for Digne. Digne cuts from left foot to right. Zigzags and plays it back to his right for Saliba. Further up that right-hand side, Upamecano. Forward ball for Kone, who gets rid of one defender. Top right corner of the penalty area, he feeds Koundé. Koundé turns and spins it back for Upamecano. Back out wide on the right-hand side, Michael Olise. There's a Frenchman down right at the edge of the penalty area, right of the D. It's Manu Kone. Play continues on as Kone will now get to his feet. Luca Digne has the ball at his feet before he forwards it up the left-hand side for Barcola. Knocked away from him and out of play for a French throw. Digne takes quickly, tosses in for Adrien Rabiot. Now Digne again up the left touchline, filters it forward for Barcola, who tried to turn it a sharp angle, taken away by Juan Jose Cáceres. Paraguay clears out through Gustavo Velázquez on the near side. It'll be a French throw. He didn't get it very far, unfortunately, for Paraguay. Digne throws in to Saliba. Saliba squares it for Kone. And then Kone on the inside right channel for Koundé. French playing very high up, even with the back line here. Upamecano slides it for Rabiot. Rabiot left of the D, just 25 yards from goal. Knocks it back for Saliba. Saliba swings it right. Koundé out wide on the right-hand side. Dembele, one-touch feed. Back comes for Koundé. Now, Ousmane Dembele again with his left foot. Rolls it up high. Upamecano looks to his left. Sends it that way for Saliba. Saliba on his right foot charges a ball into the penalty area. It's intercepted by Cáceres. Takes his time, finds a seam, tries to roll it out of a dangerous area. It ricochets to the near touchline. Almiron with his left foot, twisting, turning, and hoisting it out into the middle of the field. Comes down back to Saliba, now in the center circle. Koundé. Koundé out wide on the right-hand side. Ousmane Dembele with it here. In for Koundé. Now for Kone up top. Out to his right, Dembele has it. Sends it back towards the middle of the field, helped on by Upamecano as he got it to Saliba, guided back on the left touchline, Barcola. Barcola spins it for Digne. Digne up high for Mbappe. Mbappe's chipped ball comes to Kone. Kone out wide on the right. Handled by Koundé, right of the penalty area is Dembele. Dembele trying to get around Galarza towards the end line. Swings the cross in. It's headed straight up into the air by a Paraguay head. It's going to drop to the top of the 6-yard box. A lot of contact. A Paraguay player went down. Then Rabiot went down. No fouls called in those exchanges. Paraguay clears out on the near side. France throw in for Mbappe, left of the penalty area. Digne on his left foot. His cross took a deflection from Cáceres. Comes right back for Digne again. Rolled up the left touchline for Mbappe. And Mbappe trying to make a move to get around Almiron. Loses possession. It's out of play on the near side. And possession will belong to Paraguay. Ten minutes complete in Philadelphia. And still searching for our first goal here in this round of 16 matchup. Paraguay on the throw-in. Ball hooked into the middle of the field and at the halfway line. Taking it and running up the near touchline is Julio Enciso, who gets surrounded by blue shirts. Enciso loses it. Upamecano takes it away. Now Jules Koundé will start to push the ball forward for Olise, far right channel. Here's Olise on the outside right channel, then for Dembele, loads up 30 yards from goal, wanted to go with a left-footed shot from distance, thought better of it, spun it back for Kone, then Olise. Now Kone again for Dembele, up top, he'll lift it in right-footed in the direction of Barcola, but it's beyond him and out to the right of Hill, the goalkeeper for Paraguay. It's a goal kick. So goal kick for Paraguay in the 5th knockout round appearance for the nation of Paraguay, and did win a knockout round game in 2010 where they made it to the quarterfinals. That's their best World Cup result. Hill sends it long up the middle of the field. Pinballs and drops on the near side for Rabiot to send it ahead for Olise. That's intercepted, taken instead by Galarza. He gets tripped up and fouled by Manu Kone. Kone, who plays now at Roma, scored twice in the Italian top division last year, Serie A. Played at Toulouse and then after that Borussia Mönchengladbach. Free kick for Paraguay in the attacking half. 50 yards plus away from goal. Match referee tonight is Ilgiz Tantashev from Uzbekistan. He is the head official here in Philadelphia. Free kick here for Paraguay. Ball is thundered in towards the middle of the penalty area, headed away easily, and Olise will run it down up the far right channel. He's got some space, tromping forward before Almiron closes in on him, slows down Olise. He's turned it back to the halfway line to be handled by Kone. And here comes France on the ball with William Saliba. Tapped forward for Rabiot. Wrapped out to the left touchline for Digne. Digne backpedals and stashes it back into the possession of Saliba. Saliba rolled into the middle of the field. Kone out to his right. Dembele first touch pass out wide on the right. Koundé. Far touch line is Olise. Now for Koundé again. Top right corner of the penalty area. Plays catch with Olise of Bayern Munich. Tried to return it on a run by Koundé into the area from the right. That got blocked and taken away by Paraguay, and a foul committed by Olise trying to get the ball back. Has been a great celebratory day in Philadelphia and indeed all across the United States on this 4th of July 2026 250th anniversary celebration of America. Has lived up to all of the celebration as the free kick taken by goalkeeper Orlando Hill sends it long. It's headed up by a French player. It's going to come down to a Paraguay shirt, the red and white striped shirts, but it's Jules Koundé who gets a piece of it and rams it back out towards the halfway line. Then it's slammed up the near touchline by Cáceres. It goes out to the left of Manya, and a goal kick coming for Les Bleus. We work the 15th minute in Philly. And France, the team that has made the last two World Cup finals, including winning it all in 2018, losing in penalties, as you know, to Argentina 4 years ago. Up the near side, Luca Digne. To the inside left channel for Michael Olise, playing on this near side now, just changing direction. Saliba then up the middle for Manu Kone. Kone out wide on the right-hand side, Jules Koundé. Far touchline is Ousmane Dembele. The Ballon d'Or winner squares it back. Kone's got pressure coming. He's forced to retreat for Upamecano. Up the middle is Olise. Rolls it around this near left side. Barcola charging on his right foot towards the edge of the D. Stops on a dime. Sends it to the left of the penalty area. Digne's cross in is right into the arms of Orlando Hill, who is ready for it. And Paraguay will start forward again. Through 15 minutes, they've only had 20% possession, 72% to France. As the ball lifted up the near touchline is defended out of play on the near side by William Saliba in front of the Paraguay technical area. In fact, caught by Gustavo Alfaro. And the throw in to be taken by Cáceres, who will throw it in to play only for Dayo Upamecano in his second World Cup for France to take it away. Upamecano at Bayern for the last 5 years. He's won 4 Bundesliga titles with them. Morocco awaits the winner of this game as it slipped into the penalty area. Olise off the right, defended away by Alderete. It then bounced off Olise awkwardly and right back to Hill, who will grab it. Wrap his arms around it will the Paraguay goalkeeper, born in San Lorenzo. And he'll send it long right up the middle, and this will go keeper to keeper. Manya, who was born in Cayenne, French Guiana, now plays at Milan. Forwards it, and here's Adrian Rabiot. Up the left-hand side where the shade is, covering about 30, maybe 40% of the stadium. Aerial flip up the middle, too far for Mbappe, who couldn't bring it down with his right foot. It's out for a goal kick. Every game that Mbappe has scored in this tournament, he has scored twice. And that's been in 3 of their 4 games. The only game he did not score in was in the group finale against Norway. Ball once again thrown deep on a looping boot by Hill. Coming down with it is Saliba, forwarded by Koundé, taken on the halfway line by Dembele. He spots Olise making a run up the right side and gets it to him. Right of the penalty area, it's Olise. Tried to stab a cross in. Junior Alonso with the block. It goes over the end line. It'll be a corner for France. Taken short to Dembele, who whips it from the right of the penalty area on the ground. Andres Cubas with the intercept. Paraguay ball. Matias Galarza will patiently play it back into his own penalty area here. And Paraguay will build from the back. Talked about how little possession they had. This is a team that really in this entire World Cup, after their first game, where they surrendered 4 goals to the United States, ever since then they've done a great job at absorbing a lot of possession and shot attempts from their opponents. Turkey was like a shooting gallery in that game against what was the 10 men of Paraguay for the majority of that game. Long diagonal ball from left to right comes to Cáceres, who gets tripped up and fouled by Barkala, who is now given a yellow card by the Uzbek referee. Bradley Barkala, 23-year-old that has scored twice in this tournament, once against Senegal, once against Sweden, with, well, not much contact at all really there on Cáceres. Foul, yes, but yellow card, I have a hard time believing that was needed. But it is Barkala with a yellow card as we will click over into the 20th minute here in steaming hot Philadelphia. Most of the East Coast is in a heat dome right now on this America 250 celebration day. Shake of the head from Didier Deschamps. He just saw what I mentioned earlier about that yellow card. It's a pretty soft yellow card, really, on Barkala, who's been a very important player for France in this tournament. Free kick coming for Paraguay. It'll be just outside of the attacking half, right of the center circle. Almiron of Atlanta United will spot it down, and he'll take this free kick from just shy of midfield. Miguel Almiron, he was the one sent off in that Turkey A game. Left-footed long delivery up the right-hand side, drifts away from his intended target, Diego Gomez, and goes out of play. So it'll be France possession. We played 20 minutes. It's still Paraguay 0 and France 0 in this round of 16 encounter. France on the throw, defended away by Gomez, away from the target, Rabiot. 155 passes completed for France to this point. Paraguay with 130, less than that at 25, but neither team has attempted a shot to this point. France on the ball from our right to our left in those deep blue shirts with white numbers and white nameplates. Left touchline, Digne, ahead for Barkala, pushed off the ball by Cáceres. France wanted a foul, none given. Coming away with it, Almiron. Ball is cranked in the air from our left to our right. It pings around in the middle of the field. Someone for Paraguay, if they could get on it, they'd have some open space to attack. Finally, Diego Gomez does. Tries to twirl it into the middle for Galarza. Stabbed away from him by Upamecano. Rescued by Koundé. And here comes France up the far side. In some spaces, Mbappe, helped on for Dembele, charging towards the right of the penalty area. Centered ball for Manu Kone, who wants a shot at goal and takes it from distance left-footed and goes wide to the right of Orlando Hill. It'll be a goal kick for Hill in Paraguay. You could tell Kone was looking for goal, so there is the first attempt at goal on the day. They're actually saying it's taken a deflection somewhere, so Dembele's got a corner from the near flag, stashes it in, fired in, and headed away by the Paraguayan defense. Comes out for Digne. Digne near touchline for Dembele, who will chip it back into the middle of the field. Kone to chest it down, lays it out for Koundé on the right. Swept back middle of the field, Saliba. Now this direction for Kone. Kone angles it out wide on the right-hand side. This is Rabiot on his left foot, skips across into the back post. Defended away by Paraguay. It will go over the end line. It'll be a corner, as it was Gustavo Velázquez who was there to get ahead to it. Dembele again from this near flag. Puts both arms in the air as he gets set to deliver in another corner for France. The Ballon d'Or winner will thunder it into the back post. Mbappe was the target, but it was always curling away from him. And it's over the end line for a goal kick for Orlando Hill and Paraguay. And that will take us to our first half hydration break here in Philadelphia. Hydration break that's very much needed here today. There's no doubt about that, as it is a hot, hot day here in Philadelphia, and I think everyone here, the fans, the players, everyone, certainly ready for the sun to go down and to get a little bit of relief on this day where it is some 98 degrees. That was the kickoff temperature. Hydration break in Philly. We'll be back. Back in Philadelphia, where play restarts out of the hydration break. And Paraguay get the ball back in play, but it's easily taken by Mike Magnan. And here comes France. Back into the attacking half here as we still search for the first goal of this game here in Philadelphia. As charging up the middle, Manu Kone loses the handle. Miguel Almiron with a steal, and here he comes, racing up the right wing into the penalty area from the right. Now reverses outside the box on his left foot. Tries to pitch across to the edge of the D. Jules Koundé with a defensive header away. Paraguay get back on it. Junior Alonso charging in on his left foot. His shot blocked by Upamecano. It landed right of the D to be taken out of the air on a shot that Diego Gomez whistles wide. Close to the half-hour mark here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Not many attempts at goal from either team to this point. Sent long by Magna. Up the left-hand side, Barkala. Can he get to it? He can, but his first touch is too heavy as he tried to get around Cáceres. It's out for a goal kick. Paraguay doing what they did so well on against Germany earlier this week on Monday. Sent long by Orlando Hill. Ball will bounce to the near touchline in the French half. Luca Digne plays it on back for Magna. And here come France forward again. Jules Koundé. He's found Dembele rampaging up this right-hand side. Gets it to the right side of the penalty area. Olise, return for Dembele. Grounded cross. It's across the face of goal. No one on the end of it for France. Taken instead by the near flag and cranked out of danger by Cáceres. Reload here for Rabiot. Rolled it top left 90 of the area. Bradley Barkala has it ripped off his boot. Tried to be saved by Rabiot. Instead, it's popped further out by Kubas, and we get a foul against France. Almiron is down. Atlanta United's Miguel Almiron fouled by Bradley Barkala, who already does have a yellow card in this match, which seemed like a pretty light and soft yellow card, but he does have it, Barkala. Commits the foul there on Almiron. Free kick taken outside of the penalty area by Hill. Lifted up the right-hand side, flexed on by Gomez. Knocked away by Digne, ahead for Kone. He's tackled from behind and fouled by Matias Galarza, who also plays with Almiron at Atlanta United. He joined that MLS club in March on a loan from River Plate in Argentina. Here comes France into the attacking half to our left. Now just about half of this field, maybe a little bit less than half, covered in shade. Koundé up the right-hand side. Olise out wide on that far flank. Looks right of the penalty area. Olise from left foot to right. Now has to steer it back to the perimeter. Dembele to lift it in. Mbappe was the target, and it's just over the airborne head of Mbappe, and it's gone out by the corner flag. Didn't take any deflection from a Paraguayan defender. It was a good delivery from Dembele, and Mbappe went airborne. Tried to flick it on, and he's just missed it with his head. We click over into the 32nd minute here. Paraguay with a throw. Ball flicked on up the near side. Coming away with it up this right touchline, Julio Enciso tries to hit the brakes and turn it back to someone in white. It deflects out of play off Upamecano. Paraguay will have a throw in the attacking half. Again, not a lot of possession for Paraguay. We knew that was going to be the case coming in. They knew it was going to be the case coming in, just as it was against Germany. It's tossed in up the near side and falling down. Enciso can't make a play on the ball. And it's out to the left of Magnan for a goal kick, which he takes. Possession right now, number we're being given, is a staggering 80% of the ball to France right now. Rabiot in the middle of the field, left of the circle. Saliba out to his right. Upamecano flexes it out wide for Dembele. His ball in was blocked and intercepted by Galarza. Paraguay deep in their own territory, having to clear it. Doing so by the far flag, Junior Alonso. It's out of play. Quick France throw. Upamecano in for Kone. Played up the middle. Rabiot on his left foot will let it go from just beyond the D, and he blazes over the bar. Adrien Rabiot from about 22, maybe 24 yards away. Shoots it high with the left foot. Rabiot scored in the opening goal of the opening game of France's 2022 World Cup against Australia. Paraguay tried to get upfield quickly. Enciso fouled from behind by Saliba. And now Paraguay will have a free kick. It looked like Enciso was just lost his balance and was falling down. Oh, and then as he got back up, Saliba helped him back down to the floor. So that's the foul there. Free kick Paraguay coming. Can they get something on a set piece? A good delivery. Ball is lifted in. Manya is off his line. Ranges to his right, goes airborne and catches. Then gets tumbled on top of by Gustavo Velazquez. And Manya didn't like that, and he's going to the Uzbek referee. Upamecano gets between the referee and Manya. Manya, who took over for Hugo Lloris as the #1 goalkeeper on this French national team. This is his first World Cup that he has been on the field for, as here's Digne squaring a ball for Mbappe, trying to peel away from Kubas. Kubas pulls him back. Foul is called, and Mbappe gets shoved by a couple of Paraguayan players. Now, the rest of the French players won't like that. You don't go after Kylian Mbappe, and that draws a crowd. Orlando Hill is all the way out in the middle of players trying to separate them. Oh, Mbappe got pushed around twice after that. And you don't go after Kylian Mbappe, or you're going to have a lot of French players that all of a sudden surround you. And there was also a shove from Mbappe to Kubas in there as well. Free kick here for France. It'll be taken just as we cross over into the 36th minute. Breeze picks up here in Philadelphia. This is from the left of the D. Maybe 7 yards outside of the penalty area. Olise left-footed cross it into the back post. It took a couple of deflections, and it went across the face of goal. Eventually dealt with by the head of Andres Kubas, who will send it out for a corner. Dembele is ready to take it immediately. He'll deliver another corner here for France, their 5th of this first half. He'll flare it high into the sky, all the way to the back post. Header lands to the top of the box, where a left-footed volley is scuffed into the ground by Koundé, and it bounces into the waiting arms of Orlando Hill. So Hill wraps his arms around that. Koundé, have a shot like that goes straight into the ground. You never really know, especially if you're a defending player, where that might go. You don't want to get caught in no man's land and it hits your arm, and then all of a sudden there's a handball in all of it. But France just continue to just struggle to break down this Paraguayan defense, which, of course, again, did it against Germany, held them to 1-1 through 90 and then 120 minutes. Took the lead in that game, in fact, Paraguay, as Hill takes it long up the near side. Header down by France's number 17, William Saliba, eventually comes to Koundé. And again, Koundé's got acres of space to roam up the right-hand side. Then he forwards it for Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner. Top right corner of the penalty area, slides it in towards the spot. Cleared away by the well-positioned Paraguayan defense, all the way where Dembele can touch it back for Manya. France will start again. Dayo Upamecano. Saliba up the middle, into the circle. Manu Kone, forward ball for Olise. Tried a first touch pass, but it was Kubas who swarmed to that. Now back into the center circle. Contact between Enciso and Upamecano. Enciso went down. Play carries on. Olise in the middle of the field has it stripped off his boot. Paraguay with a takeaway. Here comes Almiron sprinting up the right-hand side. He's rampaging forward like a bull with his head down. Slides a ball through the legs of Digne. Comes to the right of the penalty area. On the receiving end of it is Gomez, and he has Saliba behind him. Tangles him up. Ball over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for France and for Manya. Now here comes France, charging up the right-hand side. Mbappe turns it out wide on the right. Dembele, Mbappe gets taken down as he was making a run, and Dembele with a shot from the top right corner of the penalty area, left-footed, took a deflection and goes wide to the right of Hill, but Mbappe is still down. He steered that ball out wide to Dembele and made a hard run towards the middle, and he got tagged and went down in a big way. It was Galarza with the contact on Mbappe. There's no doubt Paraguay trying to be as physical as they can with this French team. Try to get in their heads here and playing the way they want to play right now. Obviously, most of the ball has belonged to France. There really hasn't been any high danger chances created by either club to this point. Corner for France. As I mentioned, that Dembele shot did take a deflection. So yet another French corner. This, I believe, is their sixth of the half. From the near fly, Dembele delivers it in. Flare to the back post. Mbappe was the target there. He got contacted, went down. French players and fans calling for a penalty. The Uzbek referee says no, and the ball is out for a goal kick. Dembele's tried many different things on these deliveries on the corners. That one went off the left shoulder of Mbappe on his way down as he got tangled up with Juan Jose Cáceres. Not enough contact for the Uzbek referee to say a penalty, and apparently none to even initiate a VAR review. We work the end of the 40th minute. Thumped long by Orlando Hill. Flicked on by Almiron. It drops to the top of the French box. High into the air from Upamecano. Flying in came Gomez. He climbed over the top of Koundé to try to head it on, but a foul is called. As 40 minutes into this game, Paraguay 0, France 0, in a sauna that is Philadelphia. Playing in an easy bake oven. Here's Adrian Rabiot across the halfway line, up the left-hand side. Forward ball to be taken by Barcola. They haven't really tested this left-hand side very much here of late, has France. Barcola hasn't had a lot of touches here recently. He'll reverse it back towards the halfway line. France trying to get something to go their way here before the end of the half, because Paraguay has played this game the way they've wanted to, and they've defended this ball away, and it goes all the way back again into the French half. They've had nearly 80% of the possession to this point, France, which is just really incredible to think about. Again, they bring it up, and again, they've won a quick corner. It's deflected out of play off in Ciso, I believe. And now from the far flag, this time they're going to have Olise deliver a corner rather than Dembele, who's had all the other deliveries. Here's Olise, left-footed in-swinger, punched out by Hill, comes to the top of the box, lands for Jules Koundé right of the D. He tried to lift one in, it's blocked. Ricochet straight away, Manu Kone. Out to his left, Digne, flares it in left-footed and easily caught by Hill. And Hill will toss it out on a long throw that France is back on again. Match momentum graphic from the World Feed shows that it has been all France and heavily in the French blue. The match momentum so far. Dembele rolls it in the direction of Koundé, but it's stabbed out of play by Junior Alonso. Quick throw in taken by Dembele. Will this start to frustrate France at any point that they have not been able to break through? What is this impenetrable wall of Paraguay to this point? Ball steered to the far side. Dembele right of the penalty area. Junior Alonso fronts him. Dembele sends it back. Top right corner of the penalty area. Olise had it stripped off his boot. Upamecano was there to recover. Chipped on back for Dembele right of the penalty area. Against Alonso. Closing in Galarza. It's a return for Koundé square. Then given back for Dembele. Knocked out of play by Galarza. French will have a throw here, as we've only got 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this first half. Still without a goal. France in possession. Luca Digne inside left channel in the shade of Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Hands it off for Mbappe. Cycled back to the middle. Upamecano on his right foot. Wanted to load up a long shot. Thought better of it. Gave it to Manu Kone. Kone towards the edge of the D. Finds a sliver of space and tries to curl one. Top right corner as he looks at it, but it's wide and high. Be a goal kick for Orlando Hill and Paraguay. Again, the possession number is up close to 80% right now for France. If it doesn't feel like that you've heard me say Paraguay in possession very much. It's because they haven't been. Long by Hill, headed down by Saliba, controlled by Digne to the left of the French penalty area in the final 90 seconds before 45 minutes will have been played. Certainly should not be a lot of stoppage time. Would be very surprised if it's anything more than 5. Rabiot into the attacking half. Was able to cycle it up the left touchline for Barcola. Barcola from the left of the penalty area hits the brakes, changes direction left to right, plays a square ball, flicked on by Olise, handled by Kone, finessed on for Dembele. With 2 defenders around him, he tried to squeeze a ball into the penalty area. It's blocked, and Paraguay are away with it. With some rare bit of possession here, Galarza turns, plays it back into their own penalty area. Alderete, forward ball, may have been too far for his target, but it deflects back to him, and here comes Paraguay flowing forward. Ball up the middle in Ciso, picked out by Upamecano. Tossed back up the middle for Rabiot, slid to the center circle for Olise, poked out for Digne on this left wing across the halfway line. Then for Mbappe. Not a lot of touches for him so far. Up the left channel comes Kylian Mbappe. A quick change of acceleration to try to get away from Cáceres. Can't really do that. Instead, turns it back for Rabiot. 4 attempts at goal from France. None have been on target. Rabiot then dangles it back for Upamecano. Rolled to the edge of the D. Held back towards the left foot of Rabiot, whose shot hit a body and was never going on target. 45 minutes played. It's 3 minutes that's been added on to the end of this first half. Hill punts it left-footed. Koundé the header down. Right of the center circle, Manu Kone. Olise up the middle, threads it to the left-hand side. Barcola hits the brakes, turns out to his right as they look for a goal late in this first half here. Kone into the sun on the far side. Koundé, the return for Kone, taken by Enciso. Enciso will charge forward as far as he can. Upamecano tries to take it away. Enciso flares out wide, tries to get around Upamecano. He has, to the left of the penalty area. Upamecano then with a challenge, knocks it out of play on the far side. It'll be a throw for Paraguay over by that far flag, but now no, it won't. Think they've set a foul on Enciso with a bit of pushing and shoving there on Upamecano. They were both hand-fighting with it. Or perhaps, actually, they've just said it went out of play last off of Enciso. And he thought he had won Paraguay a throw with some good field position, but no. France are back on the ball. Squirts out on the left-hand side for Digne. Digne runs it down and wraps it back for Olise. Olise crosses the halfway line here. So we close in on the end of this first half where France has not yet been able to break down Paraguay's resistance. Mbappe is playing all the way on that far right touchline. Sends it towards the middle of the field. Olise, 40 yards away from goal. Kone ladles it out on the left-hand side for Digne. Digne at the top left corner of the penalty area. Turns back. Reverses towards the halfway line. Saliba for Kone. Laid out to his right. Taken again by Jules Koundé. Koundé of Barcelona, 3-time La Liga champion there for Mbappe, who tried to scoop it over the top of 2 defenders surrounding him. It's blocked. Parried out of play. France with another throw coming. In quickly on the far touchline. Jules Koundé, now about 70% of the field covered in shade. Far side grandstand is really hoping that gets into shade quickly on a 97-degree day in Philadelphia. Up high now, Rabiot chips the ball into the penalty area. Target was Digne. It went beyond him. Playing very deep inside there, Digne. But it's out for a goal kick. And Paraguay looks like that they are going to get to halftime even Steven here with France if they can survive about 30 more seconds. Not even that. And their fans just came to their feet. Big eruption from the Paraguay contingent here. Long by Hill, picked out by Digne, steered far side Koundé, up ahead for Dembele. Hat trick against Norway, 4 goals so far in 4 games for the Ballon d'Or winner. Koundé to knife it in. It went beyond Mbappe, it went beyond Barcola. It comes out on the right-hand side, handled by Almiron, and that's the end of the first half here in Philadelphia. Paraguay 0-0 with France. At halftime here in Philly, they have done exactly what they set out to do here. Paraguay doing a lot of what they did on Monday against Germany. Their resistance has not been broken through the first 45 minutes. There you see, halftime in this round of 16 knockout game. Paraguay 0, France 0 from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Guess who joins us at halftime? And guess who, because he joins us, and we didn't do this before kickoff because he wasn't here with us, JT is with us, and JT, your first involvement will be to stall here as I get us all connected the right way. Hello, my friend. It's been a busy day for you. Might not be all the way here yet. We'll work on that. JT is going to join us here in a matter of moments. That was a big wind-up right there. I was going for a big wind-up to bring him in, and he's not there yet. So a pause on getting JT in, but we will momentarily, as he is just getting back from, he already told me where he was, and I've already forgotten just that quickly. But JT joining us here as we have reached halftime here in Philadelphia on this 4th of July. Quite the day so far here. If you are stateside, hope you have enjoyed your 4th of July holiday. Has really been a terrific day to see all of the great celebration around the country, and of course so much more to come later tonight with all of the fireworks show across the country. Will be terrific to see as America celebrates its 250th birthday on an amazing sporting weekend. Truly an amazing sporting weekend when you have these World Cup knockout games, Wimbledon, NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar. Formula One has got their British Grand Prix, which is such a great event on their calendar. Of course, folks at JBM will, they love it when it's time for the British Grand Prix as well. And our guy Matt White will also be there tomorrow. Our friends at JBM covering the event. Our friend Matt White
encouraged
will be boots on the ground at Silverstone tomorrow, which is super exciting. Hope he has a great, great time.
I am loving life today, Matthew.
There he is.
I am loving life because I've got a live stream to the right of me of Washington, D.C., and it is pointed to the sky, and some of these fly pasts that they are doing is incredible. This is now where I get kicked off by Matthew for talking about planes.
Listen, they're going to be all over the place today with all the celebrations, so it's fine. It's fine. I see that the Grand National race at Chicago is in a rain delay. Did it ever get started, or no?
No.
Okay, that checks out. Chicago, the Midwest in the summer.
I don't know who thought it was a good idea, to be fair, but here we are. Yeah.
This would be around the time that I would ask JT what he thought about the first half, but more than likely he saw none of the first half. If he did see any of it, it was only probably about 5% of it. But really the
I don't know, Jeff.
But really the main storyline is 0-0. Paraguay doing exactly what they want to do right now, just as they did against Germany. So tell everyone, JT, where you were today.
Smith Stadium. Matthew also got a piece of the action. So,
I did.
Matthew, uh, how about you talk about your experience first?
I was just happy that they turned left.
some of some of them were loud, weren't they?
They yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. By the way,
Currently,
JT. By the way, I don't. I never want to throw anything on anyone unexpectedly, and
go on.
I'm sure in a split second you can pull up what you need to pull up to see. Um, this
Do I
game
need to get the YouTube stream up?
this game is on Fox, of course, and all that I've been getting is the local alerts of severe thunderstorm warning,
Oh,
as
really?
it has been insanely hot all day, and now it would seem as if that heat is giving us our normal thunderstorm possibility uh, late afternoon, early evening. I have been hearing thunder, but I have seen nothing other than that.
So you want me to get your radar up? Is what you're asking
Well,
me?
you can obviously take a look at it, but I'm also just saying, if it all cuts out here, the only way, like if I go bye bye, you're the only backup. Have fun with that.
Ain't no way I'm calling the game. I'm putting that out there now. Uh,
Ain't no way.
Crazy that I have to use the Raleigh radar for Walnut Cove. Ah, yeah, it is. You have two severe thunderstorm warnings. They are passing. They are passing at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, 0-0 at halftime is the story. Paraguay trying to pull off a second upset in succession over a major power after their penalty shootout win over Germany this past Monday in Foxborough. Come to Philadelphia, and they played France even Steven through 45 minutes here. Now, I'm also going to take a guess, JT, that you saw none of the pregame ceremonies, and there were a lot, being that we are in Philly on America 250 Day.
Yes, because it's not like Philadelphia has any significance
Well,
or anything.
indeed. Big national anthem was sung by Adina Menzel.
What, the American or
Yeah, the
did they?
American, the American national anthem. Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Then they
Even
did America the
when
Beautiful.
hold on, when was the last time a national anthem was sung before a soccer game that wasn't a team?
Yeah, I don't. I would be willing to guess that's probably never happened. Well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, because it wasn't always the case where the host nation played the first game of the World Cup, because it used to be the defending World Cup champion would play the opener. So, like in 1994, when it was here in the U.S., the opening game in Chicago featured Germany because they were the reigning world champions. So there's a possibility, and I would say probably a high possibility, that they probably sang the American national anthem before that game between Germany and I think it was South Korea that they played.
You're never gonna guess what I'm about to say.
What are you about to say?
I've said this many times. Whatever you just said, I did not hear you.
Well, well, it used to be that it was not the host nation that played the kickoff game of the World Cup. It used to
Oh my
be
god.
that the reigning champion played the first game. So, as I said, back in '94, here in the U.S., the first game included Germany because they were the reigning champion. So I'm guessing there's probably a high probability that the American national anthem was sang before the game between Germany and I think I think they played South Korea in that opener. I'm wanting to say.
Your 2026 European champion in the stock rods has been excluded from the results after failing post-race scrutineering checks.
Oh no.
He is the reigning English and world champion. You would think that his car would be okay, but here we are.
Now, you have everything you need, I'm guessing, I'm hoping, because we are ready to kick the second half off.
My TV's not even on yet, Matthew.
Oh. Well.
I'm watching Fast Planes, Matthew.
Big gathering of a watch party in Asunción, in the capital of Paraguay.
Who? Where?
Thank you. Oh, dear. Oh, by the way, Redbox is with us in the chat section. Of course, probably a bit down, being that Canada did lose today, but a lot to be proud of in this World Cup for Canada. He says, "Good evening, all. What a loss that was for us. Not sure who I should cheer for now in the World Cup." I'm going to take a gander and guess that it's probably not the United States.
I would say USA, but no.
Canada and the U.S. Well, now that's obviously a huge rivalry in hockey, but I've loved watching Canada these last couple of years with Jesse Marsh. I've been a big Canada supporter, watching them go to the semifinals of Copa America in 2024 and throughout this World Cup. They thrilled that they were able to experience and co-host this World Cup as well as they did. And Jesse Marsh, he's a really good coach, and he's done such a good job for that Canadian program. Now, of course, would it be low-hanging fruit for me to make the connection from Canada to France? Would that be too easy? But maybe that's the way some Canadians go. As we get ready for kickoff of the second half.
Guess I'll get ready to press buttons then.
It'll be Paraguay in their red and white striped shirt to kick off.
I was just going to ask why I could hear Fortunate Son, but then I realised it's on the live stream, not on here.
Paraguay in their red and white striped shirts with blue numbers, France in blue shirts, and Paraguay kick us off. Second half is underway. All the way back it goes to Orlando Hill, the Paraguayan goalkeeper. And the ball will pinball around here, middle of the field, and nudged forward by Galarza, chipped away from him by Saliba. Headed forward towards Olise, stripped away by Kubas. Big tussle here in the center circle is won by Diego Gomez, and Paraguay have possession. Gustavo Velazquez slides it up the right-hand side, and a foul committed by France. Almiron ends up down on the floor. Physical first half. 5 on that back line for Paraguay, as we talked about, playing a very low block to try to keep this French attack from doing what they have done to everyone in this World Cup. France has scored at least 3 games in every game they played so far in this tournament. 3 against Senegal, Iraq, and Sweden, 4 against Norway. Diego Gomez will take this free kick just inside the halfway line. Redbox says you are definitely right. It will not be the U.S. Did not anticipate that. Free kick is taken. It's a long sweeping diagonal ball into the penalty area from the left. Defensive header away by France's Jules Koundé. Comes down to the near touchline for Dembele, who brushed it back for Olise, who gets taken down. Foul is whistled against Paraguay here. That is the third foul committed by Paraguay in this game. Not a single shot on goal in that first half. You had 4 attempts at goal for France, 2 for Paraguay. Here's Upamecano tromping forward. Up the middle, leaves it on the far left side for Digne. Now for Bradley Barcola. Barcola, who's scored twice in this World Cup, including once in the round of 32 knockout game against Sweden. Swung back this way for Jules Koundé. Right channel for Dembele. Back into the middle for Kone. Upamecano forward for Mbappe. First touch pass is dropped back for Saliba. Into a sliver of sunshine on the far side, Rabiot. It's only about 15% of the stadium that's now still got sunlight on it, or at least 15% of the field, much more than that of the actual stadium. Mbappe steers it out to his right. Manu Kone helped it along for Dembele. Now Kone. Mbappe bounces it in towards the penalty area. It does not drop for a blue shirt. Paraguay attempt to clear anxiously. They do. All the way back to the halfway line where Upamecano will tag it back to the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan, out of his penalty area to play. Now Manu Kone up the right-hand side. Up the near touchline for Michael Olise. Cuts from right to left. Back to his right. He sits down Galarza, but Junior Alonso was there to take possession away. The clearance, though, was blocked by Kone. France are still with it in the final third. Kone will square it. Rabiot back out wide on the right-hand side, Olise, right of the penalty area. Square ball for Kone. Top right corner of the penalty area. Sweeps a centered ball to be taken with the left foot and shot over the bar again by Adrien Rabiot. Second time he's taken a left-footed shot from beyond the penalty area. Both have gone over the crossbar. As Rabiot trying to curl it into the top right corner. Could not find back of the net. Possession numbers just given to us. 59% possession for France. Long by Orlando Hill. Ball volleyed around here in the middle, and it drops to a Paraguay shirt, and it's Almiron into the penalty area from the right, and he tries to get a shot around 2 French defenders, and it's gone wide, shooting on the near post of Maignan. It's wide, as Upamecano was right in the hip pocket of Almiron, but I think they might be giving... They're giving them a corner. Yeah, it was just slightly deflected off the boot of William Saliba. So Almiron wins a corner for Paraguay here. Their first of the match. France has had 7. Can they get it done on a set piece? From the far flag, 50th minute. Can Paraguay land a shocking blow across the bow of the French Express that has been just about unstoppable so far in this World Cup? Almiron of Atlanta United of Major League Soccer. From the far flag. He'll swing it in left-footed. Out comes Maignan. Gets a punch to it, but it's straight up into the air. Now it drifts to the left side of the penalty area. Knotted down by Gomez. Taken by Alderete. And he tries to get around Upamecano to cross, and Upamecano stands his ground. Ball ends up out of play this side. It'll be a throw for Paraguay. Junior Alonso comes over to take it. Alonso will toss it back in. It's a long throw to the top of the 6-yard box, and coming out to catch it is Maignan, who gets it away, and a high, quick punt, and Mbappe's behind everyone. Mbappe's in, and closing in on him from behind is Cáceres, who knocks it out of play. It'll be a French corner, but what a recovery by Juan Jose Cáceres. Corner taken very short and quickly, and in from a tight angle and shooting Dembele from the end line, and it hits side netting on the near post of Hill, who ends up down on the deck along with his teammate Gustavo Velázquez. Well, that was an incredible recovery from Juan Jose Cáceres, because Mbappe was in behind everyone because of the quick feed ahead upfield by Maignan, who spotted Mbappe in an advantageous spot. And then that corner taken short, taken quick, and right on the end line, and just trying to catch him napping was Dembele, tried to squeeze it in from a sharp angle near post on Hill, hit side netting. Hill ended up on the ground, and then Dembele, who tried to jump up into the air to keep from falling onto Velázquez, ended up falling on top of Hill. And Hill is still down, the 26-year-old goalkeeper for Paraguay from San Lorenzo. Had made only 6 appearances in goal for the Paraguay national team prior to this World Cup, but he's been in goal for all 4 of their games. He was born in San Lorenzo, Paraguay. He now plays domestically at San Lorenzo for the club in Argentina. He's been with that San Lorenzo club since 2024. As it looks like Hill is back to his feet now, and he's set to take his goal kick here as we are 8 minutes in to this second half, and still we're without a goal here in Philadelphia. Hill swings his left foot through it and sends it long into the French half. Rabiot with a header up into the air. Trying to pull it down was Kubas. Instead it pings back to the far touchline for Luca Digne. Ahead towards Rabiot. Knocked away from him and swung all the way back into the French half. Out of play for a France throw. Neither team has made a substitution to this point. Ball thrown into William Saliba. Turn to the center circle for Dio Upamecano. Crosses the halfway line, then swings it to his left. Kone forwards it up the left touchline. Sent back Olise, and a long-range effort. Oh, boy, and a great save by Hill as he steers it away with an outstretched right hand on a long-range attempt from Manu Kone. And that needed saving from Hill, and he got a hand to it, a strong right palm to spoon that ball away. What a great attempt that was by Manu Kone. Corner for France again. 9th of the match. Swung into the near post. Hoisted away by the Paraguay defense. Drops on the near touchline. Jules Koundé hooks it back towards Olise. Shielded from the ball cleverly by Galarza. And it's out for a Paraguay throw. Just about the entire field covered in shade now to at least give some amount of relief, get these players out of the sun on this 98-degree day in Philadelphia. Off the throw, the ball bounces to the near touchline at the halfway line. Almiron is jousting away with Kone for the ball. Almiron was able to stash it into the middle, but it's taken away by Olise, who cuts away from Diego Gomez. Dropped it on for Saliba. Forward ball for Olise. Out wide of the left-hand side. Into the penalty area from the left. Barcola. His cross blocked. Goes out of play over the end line. This will be France's 10th corner of the match. We played 10.5 minutes in this second half. French fans rise to their feet. A lot of them are still in the sun on the far side. Dembele will deliver this corner. Will this be the time where France can break the Paraguay resistance? Dembele, in-swinger, right-footed. Hill's there to catch it at the top of the 6. Easily handled by Orlando Hill. And still we play on at 0-0. Left-footed punt by Hill. Up the middle of the field, headed up in the air by Saliba. Will drop this side for Koundé. Koundé will then elevate it up to the halfway line where it's controlled by Paraguay's Junior Alonso. Up the near touchline, Matias Galarza. Galarza threads it up the middle. An intercept by Upamecano. Lifted it straight up for Dembele. Can he bring it down? No. Headed away from him. Once again, Galarza. Dropped it back for Diego Gomez. Gomez all the way back to his own penalty area. Swings it out up the left-hand side. Almiron couldn't bring it down. Upamecano ahead for Rabiot. Turned over. And Almiron sends it up the near touchline. Can it be run down by the speedy Julio Enciso? It cannot. It's out of play. France with a throw. Looks like Paraguay is set to make their first substitution. Jose Canale is going to come on here, it would seem, for Gustavo Alfaro's team. Meanwhile, we do have a Paraguay player down on the field. It's Omar Alderete. World Feed giving a replay of that distant shot from Manu Kone. Great save in the end from Orlando Hill, who has been terrific in this tournament ever since the first game ended. He did give up 4 goals that night against the United States. Not a lot of that was on him. More on his defense in front of him. It is going to be Omar Alderete that comes off for Paraguay. He is subbed off in the 58th minute, bringing on Jose Canale, 29-year-old that plays domestically in Argentina. He converted the game-winning penalty against Germany this past Monday, making him a national hero. So Canale is on just shy of the hour mark. And France in possession, bring the ball upfield from our left to our right. They attack in this second half. Deep blue shirts, white numbers, white nameplates. Mbappe had it poked away from by Diego Gomez. Gomez racing back the other way. Mbappe gets right back on him and steals it. Mbappe up the left-hand side. Bradley Barcola left of the penalty area against Cáceres. Takes him on, gets by. Nutmegs one. Barcola in! And from a sharp angle, he was cutting in from his left to his right, and Hill was able to slide out and grab the ball. That was a great piece of work by Bradley Barcola. And Hill, good goalkeeping.
Just quickly, no one saw that Ghana flag there. Okay, thank you.
I can tell you for sure I did not. That is not the screen I'm looking at most of the time. France win possession back as we click over into the 60th minute.
If you saw that Ghana flag, no, you didn't.
Yeah, right. Handling on the inside right channel, Jules Koundé back out wide on the right side, Dembele. Now Koundé for Upamecano. 30 yards away from goal, Dio Upamecano. Out to his left, drag for Rabiot. Rabiot top left corner of the penalty area, looking for space to shoot. Ooh, and doing so woefully off target is Barcola. Didier Deschamps might be making his substitution here. 57-year-old French manager that has been in that position now for 14 years. Has really rescued...
Can we maybe wait a couple of minutes, please, because my graphics aren't ready. Thank you.
Didier Deschamps taking over in 2012, really rescuing this national program after the embarrassment that was the 2010 World Cup. Julio Enciso is coming off for Paraguay, and it's Gustavo Caballero that comes on for him. So Enciso, 22-year-old youngster coming off, still a half an hour to play, replaced by Gustavo Caballero, who plays at Portsmouth. He's from San Lorenzo. He wins just his 4th cap for the national team, and he scored a goal in a friendly against Morocco earlier this March. Meanwhile, the French change is Barcola coming off. Received a yellow card earlier, did Bradley Barcola. It was a soft yellow card in this announcer's opinion. He's replaced by Desiree Doué, who does have a goal in this tournament. It came in their group finale against Norway. So Paraguay's made their first 2 changes. France has made their first here at the hour mark. And the ball quickly back out of play. It'll be a France free kick. See confirmation of Caballero replacing Enciso.
See the confirmation of the right flag as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Ho hopefully this is the right flag. Now I need to remember. I think it's 0227. No, I'm I'm going through those numbers again. It's 0233 if you ever wanted to know, Matthew, for E.
I see. Very
Yes.
good. Very, very good to know. Here's France on the ball, cutting in deep, and from the end line, the cutback is intercepted by Diego Gomez. And the ball ends up out of play on the far side.
That's a very small French flag on the sub-graphic. I'm not changing it. Cannot be bothered.
Thrown in and flicked on, and it drops for Upamecano. France back in possession. And it does seem as if they are learning minute by minute, second by second, that they are in for a dogfight here. Forward ball for Dembele, taken away. Grabbed by Junior Alonso, cranked out into the middle of the field. Taken by Kone. Forward for Koundé. And back for Kone again, halfway line near side. Paraguay, a team that won on penalties. Thank you, Charlie, for your opinion. As from the left to the penalty area, here comes France again. Cutting back to the perimeter was the substitute, Doué. He got tripped up, he goes down, they play on. Kone slides it right of the D, Koundé. Right of the penalty area, Olise, two defenders in front of him. Olise turns back from right to left, button hooks. Top of the box, Dembele hands it back off, it's taken away, it's cleared by Paraguay. Thank you, honey. Thank you. France back on the ball and a long-range effort here. Another long-range effort from outside of the penalty area. Misses way high, this time from Mbappe. Interesting that there was no foul on that collision between Kubas and Doué. Would have been a free kick from a dangerous area. Hey Charlie, what do you think about the back five for Paraguay? Doing really well, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
spectacular.
I'm Matthew and Charlie. What do you think about the graphic?
Thank you, JT. Mentioned earlier.
Woof.
Woof, yes. Mentioned earlier that Paraguay, of course, won on penalties against Germany for their second ever knockout round win at a World Cup. Both of their knockout round wins have come on penalties. Germany on Monday, and then in 2010, they made all 5 of their penalties in a shootout to eliminate Japan in the round of 16. Left of the penalty area here is France. It's Doué, the substitute. Angles it back to the outside for Digne. Digne puts it back into the middle of the field. Saliba looks to his right. That way for Kone. Further up this near side, Koundé. Top right corner of the penalty area, Dembele. Paraguay player goes down. Dembele tries to stash one into the middle for Mbappe. Scissor kicked away by Gomez. Recovered by Saliba. Angled out Doué. Left of the area. Cuts through one. Cuts through two. Tries to cut through a third. Down goes Doué in the penalty area. The Uzbek referee says play on. And charging forward with the ball, Almiron, a good first touch. Up the right-hand side comes Almiron. Trying to get back to him is Saliba. And Saliba's there defensively to take the ball away. And Almiron ends up going down. He might be cramping. He just went on a long, long run. And I believe there might be some cramping issues there with Almiron, who is down on the field. There's also a French player down. That's Doué, who went down in the penalty area. Diego Gomez was the one that contacted Doué.
Matthew,
JT?
did you see what happened in E4 today?
E4. Oh.
All drivers that participated in race 1 of E4 at Vallelunga have received a 35-second time penalty for failing to slow down under double yellow flags. That is, every driver has received the same penalty, which means there's no change of results.
Yeah, there's no penalty. Now, hold on. Could have a penalty here, JT. Gonna have a VAR check.
That was a nice transition. Well done.
So it was Diego Gomez contacting Dewey in the penalty area, and the VAR room goes to work for the first time. And this could be fatal for Paraguay. The Uzbek referee is going to come out here and give us the announcement here in Philadelphia. And this could absolutely change the complexion of this game. Let's listen.
Attacker player inside the penalty area. Decision is penalty.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty to France. And it was very strange to see it live, not even be whistled. It looked pretty obvious. Watching it live, Gomez the takedown on Dewey, and a penalty for France to try to find breakthrough here. Basically at the 3/4 mark of this round of 16 tie. Now, Orlando Hill saved 2 penalties in the shootout against Germany on Monday. Can he save another one here? 26-year-old goalkeeper. He covers a lot of ground. He's 6'6". Nearly 2 full meters if you measure it that way. 1.98 meters tall. Long wingspan. I think we all know who's going to be the one to take the penalty. It should be Kylian Mbappe. In his career, all competitions, he's converted 64 of 78 penalty kicks. Of course, he scored from the spot twice in the World Cup final of 2022. Penalty in regulation. And then a penalty in extra time. Then also converted a penalty in a shootout of that final. 18 career World Cup goals for Kylian Mbappe, second most all-time, and in an active chase of Lionel Messi for the top spot. He's also chasing Messi for the golden boot of this tournament as well. Messi has 7 goals in this tournament. Mbappe has 6. Here comes the magic man. Here comes Kylian the killer. A stutter step, run up to the ball, and with the right foot he scores! Kylian Mbappe! Was there ever any doubt? From 12 yards away, he sends Orlando Hill the wrong direction. France, finally, with breakthrough in Philadelphia. 70th minute goal. France in front. And the great Paraguayan resistance broken by a foul in the penalty area, a VAR review, and a Kylian Mbappe perfect stroke from the penalty spot, sending Hill the wrong direction. Mbappe sends Hill off to Mbappe's left, sends the ball to his right. Easy finish. Calm, cool, and collected on the ground. Bottom right corner as he looks at it. 19 career World Cup goals for the young man in only his 3rd World Cup. His 7th of this tournament. Substitutions coming for Paraguay, who have to be absolutely devastated here, and now have to chase this game with only 20 minutes or so to go. Mauricio is going to come on for Paraguay. He scored their only goal against the United States in their opener of this World Cup. Also converted a penalty in the shootout against Germany. Also, Gabriel Avalos is coming on. And it looks like Miguel Almiron is one that's coming off. Remember, he did pull up just a few moments ago after making a long run, Almiron. Mbappe now has 7 for this tournament, 19 for his career in the World Cup. That pulls him to within 1 of Messi. Play restarts on a Paraguay kickoff to Hill, who will send it long up the middle. And now Paraguay has to change everything that they've been doing in this game. They've had none of the ball. Now they chase the game. Mbappe couldn't handle it on the far side. Gustavo Velasquez could, and he will swing it up the middle. Upamecano will head it back to Maya. You see confirmation there. Diego Gomez also off. Mauricio replaces the number 8 Gomez from San Juan Bautista. France on the ball, middle of the field. Rabiot helps it on up the left-hand side. Rabiot ended up getting taken down there. There's a foul against Kubas. As you see Avalos on to replace Almiron. This will surely be the hydration break. It'll be 73rd minute, which is basically around where it came last night in Miami with Argentina and Cape Verde. Nearly 24 hours on from that game and still cannot believe what we witnessed and how grateful I am that we were able to document that on these airwaves live and enjoy it with all of you. We hit the hydration break in Philadelphia, and it is now Paraguay 0, France 1. As Kylian Mbappe, a 70th minute penalty, puts France in front. And the way this game has gone, with Paraguay just struggling to even get a hold of the ball at any point, it's hard not to feel like it's game over here. But as we have learned time after time after time in this World Cup, you don't give up on any of these games until either the fat lady sings or the referee blows the full-time whistle, whichever comes first, I suppose. Of course, we've talked about these late goals that have either equalized or put teams ahead in the dying moments of games. It's been really incredible. Can Paraguay do it here? Again, they were the team up 1-0 against Germany on Monday. Germany fought back to draw level and then went all the way to the shootout.
Matthew,
JT, go ahead.
did you see that Alex Polo's 6 straight pole chase ended in the fastest 12 session? Didn't even get to the Firestone Fast 6.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did not see that. As I try to guzzle down as much water as I can here. Yes, I am drinking water during this hydration break. Would you like to see the mason jar that I'm drinking water out of? Do you know what a mason jar is? Is that a thing over there?
Have you got a bottle of water?
Not a bottle. Mason jar, indeed. Hello?
Oh, one of them. Yeah, we have them over here. Yeah. We normally put milkshakes in them, not water.
You know, this thing, when I went and got this, it was up to here.
Yeah.
It was up to here in ice. As you can see, there are no ice cubes anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Because it is quite warm.
Okay, that's nice, but still, that looks weird without a milkshake in. I've got Thunderstruck blaring in my ears, which tells me that the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds are about to fly in.
Play is restarted here. Just past the 75th minute. France on the ball. Send it all the way back out to their goalkeeper, Mike Magnan. In front is France off of the 70th minute penalty from Kylian Mbappe. World Feed gives the graphics that we've already given you. Gomez and Almiron off for Avalos and Mauricio. France in the middle of the field with Upamecano on the ball. Charlie over here is trying to get involved in this stream. Upamecano Knifes a diagonal ball from right to left. It's a defensive header that comes back to William Saliba. Now it pinballs around middle of the field. Upamecano will lunge it back up the far touchline. The substitute Doué, the only sub that Didier Deschamps has brought on, tries to forward it for Mbappe. It's taken away, and then Mbappe lays a hit from behind on Juan Jose Cáceres. Both players have ended up down, and there's 4 Paraguay players that now surround Mbappe as he lies on the ground. A pretty clear foul by Mbappe, steamrolling Cáceres from behind. Race for the golden boot, as I mentioned, between Messi and Mbappe. They each now have 7 goals in this tournament. Erling Haaland plays Brazil tomorrow. He's with 5 goals, and Harry Kane also at 5 plays tomorrow against Brazil, as Paraguay dinked ball into the penalty area, does not find Caballero, who can't run it down before Jules Koundé does. As I nearly have my headset ripped off my head and probably broken forever if Charlie kept going on the way he was there. Bless his heart. Oh, here's a replay of Gustavo Velasquez. What appears he was kicking the heel of Ousmane Dembele during the VAR review, I think. Meanwhile, play restarts. Paraguay on the ball. Junior Alonso drops it back to the left of the Paraguay penalty area. Deep Paraguay territory here to our right. Alonso sends it forward. As Paraguay have got to change everything that they've been doing as they now chase this game. Galarza angles it to the left of the center circle. Juan Jose Cáceres back for Galarza up this left channel. Then a drop to the halfway line. You can see the time, 79th minute. Time running short on Paraguay now. Andres Cubas out to his left for Junior Alonso. He'll lift it up the left-hand side, hoping that it would drop for Velasquez. Upamecano keeps it away from Avalos. It's out of play on the near side. Paraguay think they've won a throw, but instead it's a throw for France. Now they've changed that. Now the Uzbek referee pointing Paraguay's way. It'll be a throw for Paraguay. Junior Alonso from this near touchline. He'll try to load up a long throw as you have 3 Paraguayan shirts in the penalty area. Thrown in and flicked on by Avalos. It does not drop for a red and white striped shirt, and Upamecano ends up getting fouled. Taken down by Avalos, the substitute. Avalos jabbing his elbow into the chest of Upamecano there. Paraguay have used all of their substitutions, by the way. As the clock strikes 80 minutes, 10 minutes plus stoppage time left here in Philadelphia. France up 1-0. Scoring the first goal of this game, important because France is unbeaten in their last 30 World Cup games when scoring first. They've won 28 of those 30. 2 draws in there. Long ball sprayed up the right-hand side. Out of play for a Paraguay throw. It'll be Junior Alonso who will throw it in. It's a long throw up the right touchline. Upamecano kept it from getting to Avalos. Popcorns around in the middle of the field. It's brought down by Dembele, who shifts it into the middle of the field. Still, it bounces around possessionless. Finally, Paraguay comes up with it, and there's a foul in the midfield as contact was made by Kone, and he will get a yellow card. Kone tripped up Cáceres, who's been on the ground a lot in this game, and Cáceres kept rolling and rolling. My goodness, he did about 3 rotations. Yellow card on Manu Kone. Second booking of a French player today. Bradley Barcola was given a yellow card earlier. Barcola, by the way, is the only player that Didier Deschamps has subbed off. He can still make up to 4 substitutions from now to the end of regulation. Free kick for Paraguay, halfway line left of the center circle. It's diagonally flipped to the right side of the penalty area, and it is headed towards goal, but not challenging Magnan, who comes and claims. Winner of this game plays in Foxborough, Massachusetts. This coming up Thursday in the quarterfinals against Morocco. France beat Morocco in the semifinals of the last World Cup. If they hold on, it'll be those two in the quarterfinals on Thursday. France ball up the near side. Koundé ahead for Mbappe, shielded away from the ball by Alonso, lifted back towards Mauricio, fouled by Kone perhaps. No foul. Kone sent Mauricio down to the floor. No foul called. William Saliba handles the ball for France. Lays it out to his left, Digne. Muscled up the far touchline, Dembele. Cuts it back to the inside for Rabiot. And France will slow the pace here. You can't blame them. Digne ahead. At the halfway line, taken by Doué. Plays catch with Rabiot. Sent on back to the center back, Saliba. Left fullback, Dembele. Middle of the field, Rabiot. Back again for Saliba, who plays at Arsenal. On the Premier League with him this past season. Twirled up the near touchline now. Mbappe with a back heel flick, cleverly done to find Jules Koundé. Into the middle for Michael Olise, who's had been pretty quiet so far today. Charges up the middle, stripped off his boot by Mauricio. Cleared out of a dangerous area by the Paraguayan defense. It drops in the center circle for Koundé, who got tripped up. Advantage played. Now Olise gets tripped up and fouled by Gustavo Caballero. Substitution coming on for France. Be Ryan Cherki. He'll replace Dembele. The Ballon d'Or winner comes off in the 84th minute. Dembele off for Ryan Cherki. 4 times he scored in the Premier League last season with Manchester City. His first year with City after spending 6 seasons at Lyon, which is where he was from. He was a part of the Olympic silver medalist team for France in the 2024 Olympics in Paris. Play back underway. Doué handles far touchline and has it knocked away from him and out. He'll win a throw and then throws it into the halfway line for a backpedaling Saliba. Brushed on for Upamecano onto the back. Pressure comes from Avalos. On for Rabiot. Touch to the far touchline, Digne. On for Doué. Doué looks forward, has some open space to run to. He does. Tries to trickle one edge of the D. It missed Olise. Came to the right of the D. Substitute Cherki. Right edge of the penalty area, Olise. Those two play catch. It's Cherki again. Then Olise. Now they start to revert back towards the middle of the field. Cherki sends it on a switch ball from right to left to the halfway line. Saliba. Cherki got knocked down by Caballero. They play on as we're reaching the end of the 85th minute. France in control of possession, in control of the game, 1-0 on a 70th minute penalty from Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe holds here, drops it back off. Third time that these two nations have ever met in a World Cup game, including in 1998 in France, where France won just 1-0. It's a tough, hard-nosed game, just as this one has been. The other time they met in a World Cup was in 1958, and that was a much easier win for France, 7-3, in what feels like a low-scoring NFL game. France on the ball far side. Digne looking for space. Paraguayan defenders surround him. Ball ends up out of play on the far side. It'll be Paraguay possession. That 1998 game that ended 1-0 in favor of France over Paraguay was in the round of 16.
If anyone saw that Paraguay flag, no, you didn't.
On the throw, quickly lifted back out by Doué. Another throw for Paraguay. This time it'll come in the attacking half as they look for some kind of miracle to come their way. Velázquez hoisting up a long throw to the top right corner of the penalty area. It comes to the edge of the D. Junior Alonso left-footed, takes it out of the air and swipes it towards goal, but wide of Magnan to his left. it was worth the effort from Junior Alonso. And time ticking away from the South Americans, who made their first World Cup since 2010. They were hoping to replicate that 2010 run to the quarterfinals. Magnan, goal kick. Sent long up the middle. Headed around, and down goes Kone on the field, and he is fouled, Manu Kone. Possession numbers being handed to us here off that foul by Galarza. 60% possession France, 30% Paraguay, 10% in contest. Last foul by Galarza. Play restarts as we go to the anti-penultimate minute of the 90. Ball bouncing into the Paraguay half. Gustavo Gomez gets rid of it, hooks it up into the air. Might never land. Finally it does. Header down by Digne. Bounces out of play on the far side off Mauricio. France win a throw. Far side, just inside their own half. Paraguay fans here in Philadelphia praying for some kind of miracle. They're running out of time to create one. France, though, have turned this ball over here off the throw-in. Some sloppy passing in the back. Koundé couldn't save it from going out. Paraguay win a throw. Alonso tosses in back to the halfway line, left of the center circle. Jose Canale out for Galarza. Galarza then scans and feeds it back to Cubas. Cubas out wide on the right-hand side for Gustavo Velasquez. Taken away by Doué. Forwarded on for Mbappe. He's got support to his right. Mbappe making a run up the left wing to the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed shot is stopped. What a save by Gill. Punches it out. Rebound ricochets to the near touchline. Olise gets to it. Settles. Places it back for Koundé. Then Upamecano. 89th minute. France are fine just playing keep away for a little bit longer. Here's Mbappe. Out wide on the left. Cubas closes in, so he gives it off to Digne. Digne then back. Left of the center circle for Adrien Rabiot. France have advanced to the final of the last two World Cups. They're only a couple of minutes away from a quarterfinal appearance on Thursday against Morocco. Passing it around in the midfield, and as they do, we will enter the 90th minute of this game. And the world feed flashes up an incredible graphic. Passes completed in this game. France at 474. That is 380 more than the 94 completed of Paraguay. Magnan throws it long up the field. Played back into the French half by a Paraguay right boot. It comes to the edge of the D. Taking a look at goal. Mauricio with a shot around the ground. Easily swallowed up by Magnan. And that wasn't much of a chance, but gosh, that's probably their best chance that they've had all game with Mauricio. Sent long by Magnan. Out of play on the near side. Paraguay win a throw. They've got to throw everything at this here on what will likely be only a few minutes of stoppage time. Well, of course, we had the VAR review, so maybe we'll have more than I'm thinking. Ball served in from the left of the penalty area. It bounces to the near touchline. Ahead by Alonso. Blocked by Cherki. Comes down on the right touchline. Handled by Galarza. It is 10 minutes. It's added on. Here's Mauricio serving a ball in as he took the early cross defensive header away. Comes down for Olise. Olise has Mbappe and Doué running ahead. He finds Doué on the left channel. Edge of the area. Right-footed shot is blocked. Ricochets to the grasp of Alonso. Alonso skies it. Kone heads it back towards Doué. Pressure coming from behind as Velasquez is able to get it out to the halfway line, but there's no one in a red and white striped shirt to get on the end of it. Instead, it's handled by Rabiot. France are in control. Here's Olise up the middle. Sliding tackle by Galarza. It's a foul. It's a foul by Matthias Galarza. So again, 10 minutes added on. You can see top right of your screen how long France has to survive here. And what has been, by far, the most they have been bottled up in this World Cup. Because, again, in their first 4 games, they've scored 13 goals, and at least 3 in every one. Free kick is just taken short by Olise out to his right. Koundé now on the near right touchline, handled by Cherki. 2 Paraguayans around him. Cherki trying to find an angle to cross. He couldn't find one, and Galarza has taken the ball away. He trots up the left-hand side. He'll flare a long ball up this left touchline. Caballero trying to get on the end of it, but Upamecano, as he has been all game long, patrolling the back for France, gets to it. He's jousting away with Caballero. Now on for Koundé, who tried to clear. Avalos came over. Upamecano ends up on the deck. Ball is out of play. Throw will go to France, who are 20% of the way through the 10 minutes added on. Magnan will come out of the penalty area to his right to take this free kick. Again, Didier Deschamps can do a little time wasting if he wants with 3 more substitutions that he could bring in. Magnan just sends it long up the near side, drifts out a play on the right. It'll be a Paraguay throw, and it'll be way, way back deep in their own territory. Junior Alonso's throw goes beyond his intended target, Mauricio, who tries to run it down, but Saliba's there to elevator it up. Headed back down by a red and white striped shirt of Paraguay. Coming away with it, though, is Manu Kone up the right touchline. He's found Cherki trotting forward. Cherki right of the penalty area. Takes it to the end line. Gets clattered into. Ball goes out of play. Over the end line, a corner. A corner coming for France. Olise coming over. Will take the corner. Take his time doing it as well. Olise wears number 11. This corner is number 11 of the day for France. A lot of arguing back and forth between Olise and the official over here. Finally, it's taken short to Doué, right of the penalty area. Return comes from Olise, who tried to serve it in left-footed. It was stabbed away by Galarza. Paraguay have possession here. Oh, and they've got bodies forward. Oh, but the forward ball is blocked. Rolls out of play on the near side. It was intended for Galarza. Good defensive effort by Koundé to just get in the way of that forward pass. Koundé is down. Clock about to strike 7 o'clock on the East Coast in Philadelphia. Game clock is about to strike 95 minutes. That would be halfway through the time that was added on. A 70th minute penalty from Kylian Mbappe is the only difference in this game. Paraguay has done their job and done it extremely well tonight against a French team that, as I keep saying, scored at least 3 goals in every game of this World Cup coming in. They have not scored from open play tonight. It's hoisted in by Alonso. It's headed away by the French defense. It would not land at the halfway line kindly for Mbappe. Instead, Canali with his left foot. He'll loft it in on the penalty spot. Arriving was Mauricio. It's headed towards Magnan by Diné, and Magnan has to fall to the ground to secure it. And that was a bit of a nervy moment for France. Rabiot now feeds the far touchline, and then Digne sends it back to Magnan, and he'll get it up in the air and high away. And now up the left-hand side comes Doué. A lot of open space. Paraguay struggling to control it. Doué, top of the box. Mbappe a shot. What a save by Hill. Mbappe on the rebound. Oh, what another save by Hill. A double save by Orlando Hill, denying Kylian Mbappe. Well, Paraguay struggling to cover the open spaces as they push forward allow Douay to play Mbappe into what you would have certainly thought would have been his second goal of the day. Meanwhile, Paraguay trying to get forward. There's a foul called. There's a yellow card that's just been given to Michael Olise. As Olise had a Paraguayan in his face after the foul. That was Galarza. There was some pushing and shoving, and then Galarza fell down as if he just got shot. Olise given a yellow. Free kick taken quickly by Paraguay as they're still in this game somehow. Douay swings it away. Kubas tries to volley it back towards the edge of the penalty area. Paraguay in possession on the far touchline. It's Velázquez serving it in. Top of the box. Flipped away by the French defense. It's over the end line. It's a Paraguay corner here. Would you believe? Still life springs eternal for the South Americans. 2.5 minutes to score one. Mauricio will take it from the far flag. Good Lord, Galarza's down again on the floor, writhing around. He's saying that someone's hit him in the face. He was pointing towards Koundé, I think. He's in the face of the Uzbek referee. He needs to focus on finding a way for his team to score here as it's delivered left-footed. Manya's out to catch. 2 minutes left. That might have been the last chance for Paraguay. It's walked up by Digne. Up the far side ahead for Douay. Douay scoops it ahead. Mbappe's in a lot of space again. Left touchline. Will he take it to the corner flag to just kill time? Well, he was going to try to, and then he got dragged down by Cáceres. Those two have collided a time or three today. It's a foul on Cáceres. France will have a free kick that they'll take their time delivering here, deep in Paraguay territory, and by the time this free kick is taken, we will be into the last of the 10 added minutes. Free kick will come left of the penalty area from the far touchline. Mbappe and Douay, 10 and 20, are both over it. Taken short and just touched on, basically, by Douay for Mbappe, who does take it to the flag. Galarza tries to hack it away from him. He does. Those two get up, and Galarza is shouldering back and forth with Mbappe, who only walks off and smiles and laughs. Corner for France. Now Mbappe gets a shoulder from Velázquez. Now he's jousting with Cáceres. My goodness, the corner taken short by the far flag. Douay has it ripped away. Mauricio on the ball for Paraguay. They've got to push forward here. They've got to throw everyone forward. But Douay takes the ball away. Now Mauricio grabbed it back. He ends up down on the deck. Douay's called for a foul. Paraguay will have a free kick. They'll have only seconds to get all the way upfield. Free kick's going to be taken from the right of their own penalty area. Hill will have to send it long and hope someone can win an aerial duel to get forward. Hail Mary time for Paraguay. Actually, they won't even have time for it. Full-time whistle is blown, and it is over, and it is France advancing. France are through to the quarterfinals of another World Cup. And there is tension in the middle of the field as players from the France technical area came out to celebrate. They were met by Paraguayans. There's been a yellow card given to someone on Paraguay after the full-time whistle. It may have been Galarza, who was really out of control with his emotions towards the end of the game. All the France players just need to get off the field here and keep from themselves getting reprimanded. And those French players now go to the end of the field where there's a bunch of French supporters. And they will dance the night away on a day spent celebrated around this country, celebrating with the stars and stripes and the red, white, and blue. It's Allez les Bleus here in Philadelphia. It's France moving forward, dismissing Paraguay from this 2026 World Cup. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't easy. It was never supposed to be pretty. It was always supposed to be gritty. And they showed great tenacity here, France, today. They do not score from open play, but it's a Kylian Mbappe penalty in the 70th minute that gets them home and gets them to a date in Foxborough, Massachusetts with Morocco on Thursday. They beat Morocco in the semis 4 years ago. They'll get them in the quarters next week. Mbappe ends up with the only goal. He is now level with Lionel Messi in the race for the Golden Boot in this tournament. He's now one behind him in the chase at the very top of the all-time World Cup goal-scoring list. Messi at 20, Mbappe at 19. They're 7 each in this tournament. Below them at 5, Erling Haaland and Harry Kane both play tomorrow. The end of the road for Paraguay, but what a story they authored in this World Cup, most notably in the round of 32 in their penalty shootout dethroning of Germany in their first World Cup since 2010. But it is France who has been feared by all throughout this World Cup, and you have to give it to Paraguay. They did not come in today fearing France. Paraguay played their game extremely well, and if it wasn't for a VAR review and a penalty awarded, who knows, we may still be playing in extra time at 0-0 because France absolutely struggled to earn quality chances in open play, and really the only ones they got after the Mbappe penalty was ones where Paraguay, of course, were pushing forward. Mbappe had 2 marvelous chances extremely late that Orlando Hill made great saves on twice. But there you see it from Philadelphia. A full-time score of Paraguay 0 and France 1 as Kylian Mbappe powers France to victory on a day that I suppose if the United States wasn't playing on this 4th of July in America 250, perhaps it's fitting that France is the one that did play. Of course, it was France on this day 150 years ago that gifted the United States the Statue of Liberty to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Today, they're here in Philadelphia with their national team celebrating America's 250th anniversary and doing it in winning fashion. That is it for World Cup action today, overall, not only on the channel, but overall. We will pick it back up tomorrow with round of 16 action starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as you see. What a magical matchup that could end up being between Brazil and Norway. 4 p.m. Eastern Time from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hope you'll join us for that. Erling Haaland, aforementioned Erling Haaland, going up against Brazil. NASCAR makes its return to the Chicagoland Speedway for the first time in 7 years. The Euro 400 coverage set to start at or around 6 o'clock, basically whenever Brazil and Norway ends. If Brazil and Norway were to go long, then things get a bit dicey, and then JBM will come in, hopefully, all of that. That's tomorrow at 6, the Euro 400. Then, we are pretty sure at this point, but anything can still happen, that Mexico and England will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Seth Eves to walk you through perhaps the best matchup in the entirety of the round of 16 as England returns to the Azteca for the first time since the Hand of God game in 1986. This time they take on the Azteca and all of those Mexican partisan fans trying to cheer El Tri on to what would be a historic win. That's tomorrow night at 8, Mexico and England. Then, round of 16 action continues on Monday, an Iberian battle between Portugal and Spain. That's in Dallas, Texas, 3 p.m. Eastern Time Monday. Then at 8 o'clock Monday night in Seattle, it's the United States taking on Belgium. Without Flo Balogun, of course, the U.S. will try to get revenge for Belgium's round of 16 win against them from 12 years ago in Brazil. Round of 16 will finish up with a doubleheader on Tuesday at noon Eastern Time in Atlanta. Argentina, off their stunning victory over Cape Verde last night, will play Egypt, who won their first ever knockout game over Australia on a penalty shootout yesterday. And then the round of 16 finishes on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time from Vancouver with Switzerland and Colombia, a couple of dark horses. One of them will be into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals then begin Thursday. Look at JT. He's already got it ready to go, locked and loaded. The first quarterfinal matchup is set Thursday in Foxborough, Massachusetts, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Matt White will have that for you. The rematch of the semifinal from 4 years ago between France and Morocco. Then Friday's quarterfinal will take place in Los Angeles. The United States and Belgium winner to play the winner of Spain and Portugal. Then the last two quarterfinals will each be on Saturday at 5. Mexico and England winner against the winner of Brazil-Norway. That game is in Miami. And then at 9 o'clock that night in Kansas City, one of Argentina or Egypt to play one of Switzerland and Colombia. The semifinals of this World Cup begin Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in Dallas, Texas. The second semifinal is then Wednesday in Atlanta. All of that then leads up to Saturday, July 18th, the third place match, which will be at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And then the final of the World Cup, Sunday, July 19th, from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We'll have it for you here with coverage starting here on USN. It'll be a full house of a broadcast. We're going to have as many people on as we can. Seth Eves, Matt White, JT, myself. Will come on air by more than likely around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hold on. He says that I'm there.
I actually hate to throw this on you live on air. I don't think I'm here for the chaotic day, which is July 19th.
Wow. He's been on for all of the World Cup and not the final.
I can tell you why as well. For the first time ever, Little Independent Grimley Raceway is having Brisket Formula 2 stock cars and National Saloon stock cars. I have been wanting to go to Grimley for 2 years now. Never been, and this is like one of the only times that these two formulas will be at that circuit. So unfortunately, that's a 1 p.m. start time. So it's a 2-hour drive from here. Well, 2.25-hour drive from here to Grimley. 1 hour, let's say it's a 4-hour race speed, and that's 5. I might be back.
We'll figure it out. We got 15 days.
Yes. Also, Matthew, before you go off air, just a reminder, what do you call this date?
July 4th? 4th of July? Independence Day?
The 4th of July. Today is the only day of the whole calendar year where Americans say the date the right way round.
Oh, gosh.
They say the date and then the month.
We just do it to rub it in England's face because they blew a 13-colony lead. Incredible.
Right. What the hell is going on the field between Paraguay? Why are we ragdolling just as a player walks past you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, look, okay, that was a little bit more oh my God. children, I tell you, and that was Mbappe. Look, ready?
I see nothing.
Ah,
I see nothing.
and then ready. And then watch. It's oh,
The one and only JT, ladies and gentlemen.
uh, you wouldn't see these in a 80 mile per hour producing brisker Formula One stock car, which is full contact, who literally follow people into the wall at 50 mile per hour, and then they're completely fine. You'd never get these guys doing that, would you?
No, you
No.
wouldn't. No, you would.
Bless their little cotton socks. Anyway, I assume that you want to get off.
You would assume right, because I haven't eaten for a long time, so I'm
I've
getting
got
off
some
and
Belgian
eating.
pineapple to the right of me.
Oh, okay. Can't say that I've ever heard of that, but okay.
Also, I'm so before you're permitted to depart this broadcast, I'm in a situation.
Are you?
They have evacuated the whole, or sorry, they are in the process of evacuating the whole Freedom 250 event site in Washington, D.C. due to severe thunderstorms.
Oh.
So, do I stay up and wait for the thunderstorms to pass, which they may never do in time, or do I go to sleep and catch it up later? Because it is the next event is the primetime 76-minute air power showcase.
Oh.
That is the actual name of it.
You do
Not
you.
even I'm not even making that up. I'm going to probably go to sleep.
Yeah. That's a busy day tomorrow. And it could be a very
Indeed.
chaotic day tomorrow, depending on how tomorrow breaks. All right.
Indeed.
That is it for us.
Hold on, one more thing. I'm joking.
Good Lord. We sign off.
Wait, no. Sorry. I have just seen someone has posted on Facebook, the England game has been moved to Mount Everest at 3:30 a.m.
That's it for us. We say so long from Philadelphia. If you are stateside, hope you have enjoyed your 4th of July celebration.
I did have a hot dog today, by the way.
Oh, very good. I'm about to have one myself. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. Also, as we go into nighttime, we know fireworks celebrations everywhere. Please stay safe. Please be mindful of dogs and other animals that could be around you as well. But absolutely have a safe rest of your 4th of July. And enjoy this really historic day in American history. That's it for us in Philadelphia. Paraguay 0, France 1. That's how it finishes. France are on to the quarterfinals. We will see you for a full lineup tomorrow.